Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the third episode of High Score Girl. So, last episode, what happened? Well, I know we went to some mysterious ghost land where games were cheap to play. They were cheap because it was, in the past when things were cheaper, I guess was the implication there. But Kira's not a big fan of ghosts, so she didn't like any of that. But I'd say we still had some fun for the most part. But, oh, we also cleaned a pool. That was cool. So, let's get into this episode. 3, 2, 1, play. Ooh, shaved ice. And video games. Gotta have video games too in the show. You're not in a good mood. Huh. Anything to say for yourself, Akira? Are you feeling sick or something? Well, she's obviously not gonna tell us her problems, but... Botanical gardens? Maybe she'll go if you're going. Okay. No response, of course. Ooh. High score, Garu. I mean, who needs Windows when you can just have game screens? It can't be comfortable to play a game while on your knees. Watch out for cars, man. Or would you just like seeing her just peek her head out from the games? Gotta be sneaky. This guy again. Round 3. And I guess we are going to Botanical Gardens. Cool. And you're as rude as always. I had a feeling that's what you were thinking. Where? Where? What is with that guy? Anyway, I don't think any of that's gonna happen, dude. Those are nice flowers, yeah. I think it's more like because, Haruo is coming. No, that's not that at all. That's why he agreed. I disagree. It can be kind of nice once in a while. And you are with Akira, so it's cool. I know. I know. You're scaring me a little bit, dude. uh, you have a lot of plans, but I don't see any of that really happening. You would enjoy the House of Mirrors, wouldn't you? Yes, teach him. Teach him how you have fun. Yes, Dragon Quest 2. Not like Dragon Quest 10 or anything. Because it doesn't exist yet. Onizuka. I bet he'll grow up to be a great teacher. No, you stop touching her. Come on, smack him. You're a violent girl. Uh... This kid is so weird. He really is. Kid is off his rocker. That does sound like it would be a very much a shame. Don't be too picky. It's still something to do. You sound surprised. Probably just got sick of that one guy. That's the best thing about video games, you don't have to deal with people. Golden Axe, another game I've actually played. That face. That's an unhappy face. If you think that gives you motion sickness, try a VR headset. I'd understand you a lot better if you actually spoke, Akira. Well, she refuses to talk, so... You have to communicate with facial expressions. Shoryuken! Hadouken! Yeah, that's a popular game. Well, we just have to cut the line. Scare them off. Oh. I bet, that looks pretty cool. Sadly. And co-op means it's a perfect thing for us to do together. Or we could just, you know, walk away. Space Gun. It's quite a creative name. It doesn't sound like the kind of game that a scaredy cat like her would play, but, you know, sure. Yeah, best to fight aliens from a distance. I don't want to advance. They're too scary. Just don't break it. uh, just don't collapse. I mean, I know. Just screw that guy. Oh, those eyes. That's the eyes of a girl you don't want to abandon. Yes, I'm sure. I want to stay here. Get wrecked. I think she had enough of you. I think we all did. Well, at least you've been checked. Meanwhile, they're on an actual date, sitting very close to each other, and she is blushing a bit, so it says a lot. Ooh. She's a hard girl to read. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Are we gonna do it? That does seem like better value, doesn't it? And yeah, ow! Ow. I can see her face, it's clearly scary. Mirror house? Ooh. That's a good thing to be able to do, considering. I doubt it. I mean, plenty of people would love to interact with her. Well, maybe she wants to ride it with you. Ever think of that? That's a look right there. Because that's the kind of look that makes your heart go doki doki. Because you were nervous to be alone with such a cute girl. A large bus, and they sit as close to each other as humanly possible. And boom, there she goes. Yeah, to make it seem even more like a date, you know? Well, she's happier now because she got to spend the day with you and play video games. And even do a few regular amusement park stuff, too. Walking very slowly. What? No. That better just be a rumor. The title of the show is based off of her. She can't leave. That face, just I don't know. That was an interesting face. Just the blank white eyes. We're only halfway through the episode, so we should be able to get to the bottom of this. What is that ant carrying? A rice ball? I don't want to say farewell to Kira. Los Angeles. I didn't. I didn't know that at all. Okay, seal. Wow, it's a large taco. Bunch of offerings. You can keep it. Haruo, give her a game console. To be fair, I think it's given her more than any of you have, you know, in the long run. Being very rude, you know. Despite what he says, you know he loves Akira. He's just a little bit tsundere. Come back soon, like in 5 minutes. Wow. Healing flower. Yeah, you just didn't want to. Well, something video game related, of course. It's not that hard. But now it's too late. She's gone, and you'll never see her again, and it'll be sad, and you'll be depressed and cry, and you'll realize how important she was to you. Because everybody else did. It's not fair to blame her for any of those things. You're gonna realize the truth soon enough. I remember that. She's just stuck them both in her mouth. Yes, this is where you start to realize. uh, Trying to lose it harder. Oh. Uh. Yeah. Kokai Su. Yeah, jump into a car and go after her. So yeah, stop her at the airport in a very dramatic scene. You know you must do it. Life is just not the same without her. You know it to be true. Just all the games encouraging him. Yes, that words of wisdom from what was his name? Biaco Blanca, something like that. All the encouragement from the video game characters. Wow. I have never seen that be used as an excuse to say in Japan before. Let's not teach her to be more violent, please. I can see where she gets it, though. And he made it in time. I hope you prepared something to say. Okay. Yeah, you can't leave with such a valuable time. Well then. uh, oh, alright. Yeah. I can't have actually have chills in this scene. Oh. I have way more chills than I should have for a scene like this. It's only episode 3. Oh. Uh. Oh. Oh, wow. Uh. 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 Oh, wow. Uh. 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 Wow. She actually left. Man, that final scene just really got to me. I can't believe we had a scene like that in episode 3. Just... Because Akira, she's just... She hasn't talked much in the show. So when we get outbursts from her like that, it hits you hard. Just... Hopefully she does come back soon enough. The show is called High Score Girl, so she can't just, like, be gone forever after episode 3. There's his ring. Okay, that was the 3rd episode of High Score Girl. And yeah, this was a pretty good episode. It's actually a really good episode, probably the best episode of the show so far, now that I think about it. But yeah, this episode, we started off with Akira playing the game at the cabinet, and you had Haru, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I was pronouncing it Haruo before, but because it had an O at the end, but I think the O is mostly silent. That's why. That's why I had kind of a delayed reaction to the whole video game characters talking to him thing, because I was just thinking, yeah, I think I was mispronouncing that name. But anyway, he knows that something was up with her. And then we started talking about the whole botanical garden thing. And at the time, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, oh, well, I guess she just, wasn't sure about going on this trip with a bunch of classmates. But if Haru's going as well, then I guess maybe she decided she'll go. Like I didn't think much of it beyond that. I was like, I guess something like that. But thinking back on it, it was obvious what that was. She just was thinking about having to leave. She was thinking about moving. And she was thinking the reason she wanted to go on that botanical garden trip is because she wanted to spend some time with classmates because she would be like leaving them soon. I think that's what it was. Obviously, that's just kind of a assumption on my part, but I think that's why she agreed to do something a bit uncharacteristic. I think that was the implication. But yeah, just nobody knew anything yet though, so they were just having fun. The one guy that likes her was just trying to make as much of a date as he could with her, but she wasn't really interested in any of that, obviously. But she found an arcade. She escaped away to the arcades, just like Haru did, and they were having a good time playing games. Doing their best to have fun. But eventually, the shoe dropped, and we found out that yeah, she is leaving. She's moving away to Los Angeles, to America. Much closer to where I live, of course, but far away from anyone on the show. So that was pretty sad, pretty upsetting. Everyone decided to give her a good farewell to buy her gifts and stuff, but Haru did not buy her one. And he was just going off on this stuff that he said before, like, yeah, who cares about this girl? She had the audacity to just invade my, well, what does he call it, sacred garden? Something like that. And just trying to make it sound like she was nothing but a nuisance to him, and we know that's not the case, But still, I'm sure it hurts poor little Akira to hear all that, but he's a kid, I'm not gonna get on him too much for any of that. But once she had actually, left, and he quickly realized that he did not actually want the life that he had before. It was an improvement having her join him that he just refused to accept for a while. So after having a big monologue about all that, the video game's character started to talk to him and said, hey, buddy, I think you should go after her. I think that's a good idea. And then he did. He ended up finding her at the airport, of course, and telling him what's on her mind, telling her what's on his mind. And at first I was wondering, what he would say. I was curious how much planning he really did for what he would say. Because, obviously, in works of fiction, there's been tons of scenes like this where somebody's about to get on a plane or a train or whatever and leave, and the person just at the last minute runs after them and gives some big old speech to them and sometimes causes them to stay and sometimes not. That's no surprise, But yeah, it was still different in plenty of ways. The video game theme for one. He would just say hey, new games are going to be coming out and I need somebody to play with. That's kind of what it boiled down to, really. But, it was a speech from the heart, wanting her not to leave, wanting her to stay, not wanting her to just leave the arcade like he kind of led her to believe before. Really just telling her all that stuff. And you got a pretty big reaction out of Akira there. She actually jumped towards him and hugged him, and there were tears and just loud crying and all that. That was just... And I was starting to get chills before it got to that point, but yeah, once she got to the actual crying, dude, yeah, that actually did get me to tear up a little bit, just because that always has some real good effect, when a character just doesn't talk, at all, and then just an emotional bit causes them to have that sort of outburst. That really can be very effective, and it definitely was. I like Akira a lot. She's always been an adorable, fun character to watch, pure moe and all that. So yeah, to see her that upset, it's hard to watch. But I was hoping that she would stay, but I guess there was no reason why that would convince her to stay. But hopefully we could play some online games, together. I don't know, maybe I don't think technology was advanced enough for online gaming back then. So probably not. But, it's hopefully we can see each other and play together again someday. That's really what I'm hoping for. He gave her a nice present, the ring that was obviously brought up, an episode or two ago in the One Machine, so pretty cool. It was funny when he was talking about, hey, my mom gave me a bunch of money for a present, but I had to spend that to get here, and I got to spend that to get home. So I only can buy you this and all that. It was great. It was a very good episode. Very well done. Yeah, it was just a fantastic episode. I don't really have much more to say on it beyond that. I mean, aside from the fact that one kid was really weird, checking willies and bones, and just he was a weird kid. It was a weird kid. But at least she had a sucker. That was nice. But yeah, very, very good show. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.